Hi everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the audio version of the Exploration Weekly newsletter, this time for the week of May 7th, 2021. I'm Renee Meredith, the COO of Exploration Group, and as always, a special shout out to Heidi So and Jules Ramos for all their hard work on our newsletter every week. And now, the news. EU accuses Apple of breaking competition law over App Store rules after Spotify antitrust complaint. Apple has been accused of breaking European antitrust laws and furthermore of having distorted competition in the music streaming market, according to the European Commission. The EC launched an antitrust investigation into Apple's App Store rules last year and published its preliminary findings on April 30th. Telling Apple that it has abused its dominant position for the distribution of music streaming apps through its App Store. At the center of the EC's investigation are the mandatory use of Apple's own proprietary in-app purchase system for the distribution of paid digital content, and Apple's rules, which prevent developers from telling users about alternative purchasing options outside of their iOS apps. Spotify made a separate complaint in 2019 regarding the impact that Apple's App Store rules have on competition in the music streaming business. Spotify's antitrust complaint was filed against Apple with the European Commission in March of 2019. The EC has published a statement of objections today, which is a requirement as a part of a formal investigative procedure into suspected EU antitrust violations. If confirmed, the Commission's preliminary findings would mean that Apple's conduct breaks antitrust rules. Apple now has the opportunity to examine the Commission's findings, respond in writing, and request an oral hearing to argue its case in front of the representatives of the EC and national competition authorities. YouTube Shorts is rolling out to all creators in the U.S., will replace Explore tab on app home screen. YouTube confirmed via its Creator Insiders channel that TikTok competitor Shorts will roll out to all creators in the U.S. as of next week. This means that all creators will now have access to the Shorts camera, which comes complete with a full suite of proprietary editing tools. YouTube is instituting a drastic change to its mobile app layout in order to make Shorts more discoverable, adding a Shorts tab at the bottom of its mobile home screen alongside Home, the Create button, Subscriptions, and Library. Shorts will replace the Explore tab, which will now appear as the first bubbled topic at the top of the home feed. Explore houses YouTube's Trending tab, spotlights up-and-coming creators that are curated by YouTube, and also provides the ability to search for videos via various topics. In its most recent earnings report, YouTube confirmed that Shorts were generating 6.5 billion daily views, a substantial uptick over the 3.5 billion daily views that the feature was generating in late January. Spotify and fellow streamers soared in 2020, but expect growth to slow. Subscriber additions, acquisitions, and investments, heightened level of competition, and quality of content all contribute to streaming's boom. But streaming services like Spotify and Netflix and their investors will need to adjust expectations to the U.S. burgeoning post-vaccination out-of-the-home reality in 2021. As theaters and music venues reopen, the ways people use digital media will change because they will spend less time at home. Key takeaways include not comparing year-over-year quarterly earnings to 2020, understanding that on-demand streaming will continue to erode linear programming like cable television and broadcast radio, and knowing that streaming video on demand is a battle of titans like AT&T, Comcast, Disney, Apple, Amazon, and Viacom CBS that requires big pockets to survive the war of attrition. Amazon Prime Video service is being used by 175 million people. In a statement accompanying Apple's quarterly financial results, CEO Jeff Bezos said, as Prime Video turns 10, over 175 million Prime members have streamed shows and movies in the past year, and streaming hours are up more than 70% year over year. In addition, the company generated $108.5 billion in revenues in the first quarter of this year, up 43.8% year-on-year, helping it to an operating profit of $8.87 billion and a net profit of $8.1 billion. Amazon Music last reported 55 million users, nearly all of whom were paid subscribers, in January of 2020. SoundCloud and Triller team up for emerging artist playlists. SoundCloud is launching a playlist on Triller to spotlight emerging independent artists. Housed within Triller's music discovery page, it will focus on artists whose tracks have momentum on SoundCloud and will also be available to stream on SoundCloud itself. The tracks will all be available for Triller users to put in their own videos, while artists will be able to link their SoundCloud and Triller profiles. The announcement additionally talked about artists' ability to grow additional revenue through SoundCloud's new fan-powered royalty system by linking their profiles. YouTube viewers now watch more than 1 billion hours of content on TV screens each day. As YouTube did at the 2019 and 2020 NewFronts, it focused this year's star-studded presentation on touting its TV screen reach, emphasizing its position as a real competitor for linear TV and bidding hard for the ad dollars marketers would normally spend on traditional networks. In December alone, more than 120 million people watched YouTube content on televisions. Each day, viewers watch more than 1 billion hours of content on TV screens. That's up from 450 million in June 2020 and 250 million in 2019. The platform also said that in September 2020, it reached more TV viewers between the ages of 18 and 49 than all linear networks combined. On the heels of these numbers, YouTube highlighted upcoming ad products that will specifically allow brands to target TV viewers, brand extensions, and YouTube Select sponsorships. That's all for me this week. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to click subscribe for new content from Exploration. And as always, don't forget to be kind to each other.